Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to thank you, UNESCO, and also Kyoto University for giving me this opportunity to come here and share with you the experience and what we have been doing in terms of policy development and implementation in the Lower Mekong Basin in relation to water quality monitoring and management. Basically, the Lower Mekong Basin is located in Southeast Asia. The Mekong River itself originated from the Himalayas and is flowed through China, Myanmar, Laos, Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam. In terms of importance, the Lower Mekong Basin is home to over 60 million people and also home to over 850 fish species. And seeing the importance of the Lower Mekong Basin, the member countries of the Lower Mekong Basin, namely Cambodia, Laos, PDR, Thailand, and Vietnam, has then agreed on the adoption of the 1995 Mekong Agreement, which then established a governance structure, going the wrong way, governance structure that include the 4 member countries, being Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, Vietnam, and we also have a dialogue partner with China and Myanmar. At the center of it, we have a council, which include the member of the ministerial level, and also the joint committee, which included the member of the head of the department. And within that, we also the structure also include the Mekong River Commission Secretariat, which is where I work. And in addition to creating the governance structure of the MRC, a number of provisions within the 1995 Mekong Agreement also call for the member countries to adopt a number of procedures. One of those procedures is the procedure for water quality, the other being PNPCA, PMFM, PDEIS, and PWOOP. Here we have the organizational structure of the Mekong River Commission Secretariat. We have 2 offices, one in Vientiane and one in Phnom Penh. I work for the Environment Program, which is directly under Environmental Divisions. And we are responsible for the development and implementation of the procedure for water quality, which address Article 3 and 7 of the Mekong River, of the 1995 Mekong Agreement. Within the procedure for water quality, the objective of this procedure is to establish a framework, cooperative framework for maintenance of acceptable and good water quality to ensure the sustainable development of the Mekong River Basin, and it's being implemented in 3 main principles, that is cost effectiveness, accountability, and transparency. But the PWQ still only apply for the Mekong mainstream. So to achieve the objective of the PWQ, member countries are then required to maintain acceptable or good water quality of the mainstream. They are also required to strengthen the existing and, if necessary, establishing new joint program for monitoring and assessment of water quality within the mainstream. They are also required to jointly develop technical guidelines for the implementation of procedure for water quality, and also conduct any researches that may help improve the implementation of the procedure for water quality itself. In addition to that, the procedure for water quality also addresses water quality emergency situations, which require member countries to individually or jointly develop mechanism for responding to emergency situations, rather. And also, it also has provision on public participations, which require member countries to raise awareness and promote the participation of public in the maintenance of water quality of the Mekong River. So to implement the procedure for water quality, member countries then jointly developed the technical guideline for the implementation of procedure for water quality, which contain 2 main sections. The first section dealing mainly with the water quality monitoring, and the second part dealing with the emergency response and management with relation to water quality. The important thing that to note here is that in developing these guidelines, member countries of the lower Mekong Basin do recognize that different countries have different capacity when it comes to water quality monitoring and also emergency response and management. And so the document then intend to be a dynamic document that would be amendable and adaptable once lesson learned has been obtained from the implementation itself. With chapter 1 and chapter 2, it set out a number of guidelines in relation to water quality target. Namely, we have target value for direct impact parameters. It's also lists a number of, it's also lists a method for analysis that member country must adhere to. Additionally, we also have what we call indirect impact parameters, and then for human health, and then also protection of aquatic life too as well. And in addition to these target value, we also set requirement for member country to monitor water quality in terms of frequency, locations, and so on, and also assessment and so on. In terms of transboundary water quality emergency response, we have also worked with the country to develop a mechanism for responding to transboundary water quality emergency, which including 3-step in preparation, operation, and post-evaluation. Key important to note here is that this mechanism then requires member countries to work together and sharing information regarding to existing chemical within the member countries, and also conduct a risk assessment associated with those chemicals. And it's also have a provision where member country must notify one another if there's emergency happen in their country that have the potential to affect another countries. And so, but my presentation is mainly dealing with the water quality monitoring and not the emergency component of it. So I will just focus on that from now on. In terms of water quality monitoring, the Corporation on Water Quality Monitoring actually started in mid-1980 in the Mekong Basin, in the lower Mekong Basin rather, when the member country conduct investigations on the availability of data. And so from that, then the member country then recommend that we set up a water quality monitoring network so that we have a systematic way of monitoring water quality, ensuring that data can be comparable. And with the fund from CEDA, then the network started in 1985 in Laos, Laos, Vietnam, and Thailand. Cambodia later joined in 1993. And so the current phase of the monitoring is being carried out in response to the procedure for water quality, and so taking into account of decentralization that's happening within the Mekong River Basin, within the Mekong River Commission systems. We also have provided capacity strengthening to the member countries in terms of QA/QC, ensuring that the water quality data is comparable and usable. Here we have the current monitoring system. We have 48 stations in total, and we monitor 18 parameters, 12 on a routine basis, on a monthly basis, and then 6 major ions also in the sort of monthly basis, but only during the wet season. And standard method for wastewater and water examination is being used. The funding is being provided 25% by the MRC and 75% by the government of the member countries. In addition to that, we also carry out a routine, not a routine, is sort of diagnostic study once every 5 years to look at heavy metal and pesticide level in the Mekong River. And the last round that we did was in 2011. The report is available through the MRC website. You can if are you interested in reading it, you can find it in the website. And in addition to that, the procedure for water quality has also called for member countries to develop tools for assessing water quality, which then resulted in the development of water quality indices for the protection of human health, aquatic life, and agricultural use. And that then allow us to be able to classify water quality based on different uses and able to publish that to for the public, and these reports are available in English and also in the national language of the member countries. In terms of the output of the water quality monitoring, member countries are required to submit to us the water quality data that they have on a monthly basis, and also they are also required to produce national report on a yearly basis. We at the MRC then validate the data for sharing, and also we prepare regional data assessment report on an annual basis, and also prepare what we call the report card on water quality on biannual basis. Like I said, all the data are available for sharing, and it can be shared through it is shared through the MRC data portal in according to the MRC PDIS. Additionally, we have also developed what we call interactive map, where you can go in and look at how water quality data being, the trend of water quality at the Lower Mekong Basin. Additionally, various technical reports are available at the MRC website if you are interested. With that, PWQ then have contributed to identifying environmental knowledge gap and capacity building plan for the member countries to ensure long-term monitoring of water quality in the lower basin. It's also contribute to increase awareness for water quality issue in the lower Mekong Basin, and it's also allowed Chapter 1, Chapter 2 to be implemented, and it has contributed to capacity strengthening of the member country for monitoring, assessing, and reporting on water quality monitoring. Like I said, we also have developed a mechanism for emergency response and management, and that have led to the strengthening of capacity of the member country to respond to water quality emergency. And most importantly, through all of these discussion and consultation, member country has then taking ownership of this water quality monitoring network, and we feel confident that even after decentralizations of all the activities where member countries are actually required to fully fund the monitoring, it will still be happening. And so, despite that, there's I guess still some concern, namely sustained monitoring, post-decentralization is unforeseen, I guess, but we have confidence it will continue, but it's still it's something that's unforeseen. We also have, there might also be a number of changing responsibility within the Laos agency of the member countries that can become problem in the future. Additionally, they have been very little done in terms of linking the observed data with the land use informations, and also additional station that would need to be added to capture potential transboundary water quality issue, and also to address the requirement of PWQ capacity to improve the routine monitoring of heavy metal and pesticide will need to be improved within the Laos agency of the member country. With that, if you need more information, please visit the MRC website at www.mrcmekong.org. Thank you very much.